Cool kid. Well, cool kid, I feel like a lot of people are disenchanted with silver and silver accessories. And I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things, but most of all, um, just don't lose hope out there, cool kids. Listen, I know the price of silver is very high compared to what you're used to paying, and I understand that that is frustrating for you. But I want you to know that that does not mean that you need to lose interest in delicious silver and silver accessories because here's the beautiful thing about inflation. If you are in a job situation and not a fixed income, inflation tends to eventually either break or um, mediate somewhat by unless you get into stagflation, which we could be getting into. That's a problem. Cool kids, either way, you're going to want to have silver in your pocket. There's no world where inflation like this and silver are not your friend. I'm talking about all the precious metals, especially the monetary metals. What are the monetary metals? Well, in my opinion, and some might argue this, I say they're gold and silver. I would argue platinum is not a monetary metal because historically it's not been used for money. Now, electrum has platinum in it sometimes, so you could make an argument against me there. Also, times change. You know, people like platinum, but I think platinum's more of a jewelry metal, which is fine. Either way, guys, I cannot give you investment advice. I cannot tell you what to do. I can tell you this. Worst case scenario, hyperinflation. Do the math. Do the research. How would you have done if you lived in, let's see, what was the latest big one? Venezuela. You're in Venezuela. Let's see, what year did that start? I want to say it was 2018 or something. Fairly recent, right? Might have been 2016. Let's look it up here. Venezuelan inflation. Hyperinflation. Now, Venezuelan hyperinflation. $2018. Okay, I was close. 2016. No, see? I'm not bad at this. All right, that's all off the top of my head. It started in 2016. Okay, now, from the reports I've gotten on the ground from Venezuela, from people that actually, were there, if you owned a average month's worth of silver, right? By the end of the hyperinflation, that the effective value of that silver was 12x. So even though inflation was going crazy, silver actually gained value. And you could sell it. I know this sounds crazy, but you could sell it, even though the stores and everything were government run because a black market emerged, right? Good luck not getting killed, but that's a different discussion. But you could sell it to foreign investors. I have a whole bunch of Venezuelan silver, by the way. Well, I won't say a whole bunch. I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of anything compared to actual big fish. But I have accumulated several ounces, let's say 20 ounces of Venezuelan silver. I bet that's a safe guess, somewhere in there. 20 ounces for me is a lot. I don't know about you guys. So I bet some of you guys just throw that down like it ain't nothing. And I'm happy for you. There was a time for that. My thing is when I started stacking, I only made $10 an hour. And that was not big money then. It wasn't the 80s. It was the mid 2010s. So yeah, they raised the minimum wage in this state. Now it's $18 an hour. So yeah, pay for burger flippers damn near double what I was making 10 years ago. Yeah, I know. So I've done quite a bit. A lot of people wonder why I stack what I stack. It's because I had to do a lot with what I had. Now, of course, my lot in life has improved. I have. I went to college with my GI Bill, and I started, making a little more lolly. I ain't rich, but I do okay. Now then, I foolishly got married. That was a mistake, and that cost me dearly, over a year of my life in wages for 3 years of hell. But life's not fair. By the way, if you're in a no fault divorce state, do not get married. The risk isn't worth it. If you're gonna do it, move to a state that doesn't have no fault divorce. I'm not saying marriage doesn't have its place. It has no place if you're in a no fault divorce state. I was in a situation where I was being horribly abused, physically, mentally, and every way you can think of. Um, that's another thing. There's a huge disparity. If what happened to me happened to a woman, they would have had resources. I had no resources. The cops would have laughed me out of the cop shop if I told them. I called them several times. I ain't gonna get into too many details, but let me tell you, there is no justice for men in this, not in this area where I'm at. And then the court, none of that mattered because it was no fault divorce. Yeah, yeah. I literally showed them videos of me being assaulted. They didn't care. Yeah, it didn't matter. In the courtroom, the judge told me that doesn't matter. Guys, I could go. It was much worse than just assault. Um, and I'm not going to get into it, but it was bad. And if you watch the videos of me when I was going through all that, you can kind of hear it in my voice. It was a lot. And she still got the last laugh. So don't do it. My advice to you, I will pay it off. I'll be fine. It's going to be 5 years for me to pay off the loan I had to take out, um, at $800 a month, if that gives you any idea of what I'm dealing with here. Now, if I become jobless, that could be problematic. But luckily, it's a 401k loan, so if they have to, they can take it out of my 401k with a 40% tax hit, and I have enough in there to cover it. So otherwise, they wouldn't have gave me the loan, obviously. So that is paid for no matter what, but that was a mistake. That's the kind of thing that can set you back way far. And here's the funny part: she made more than me. Yeah, literally made more than me. Worked for the state. So, but she was, she put on a different face before I said I do. As soon as I said I do, that wig flipped, guys. And I don't think it's worth the risk. I'm not saying every woman out there is that way or every man, however the situation is. But because she spent every penny she got rewarded because I'm a saver. Savvy. So, yeah, you get punished in a no fault divorce state or really any marriage if you're a saver, if you're a builder, if you're someone who cares about your finances. The people who are spendthrifts, they get rewarded. Half is half, guys. They don't care who put in what. I paid all the bills while this was going on, put up with all the nonsense, and then still ended up getting almost $80,000 bill. Well, you count the lawyer fees, it was well over $80,000 for the privilege of suffering. And it was all bad. Like, I'd like to sit here and tell you there were some good times. There were not. I could tolerate it at best times. Yeah. So anyway, there's the more you know after school special for the day. I'm going to do a page of that new album we're doing, and then we'll move on. But guys, let's see what Silver's at. Yeah, we're having a little fireside chat here. If my lawyer, just a funny thought, literal felonies, multiple counts, told me do not prosecute, do not report it, because it would have made the things worse. I'm not going to get into why that is, but because of the particular situation I was in, the felony she did would have actually hurt me. Because if she had gone to jail, I would have had to pay for her incarceration. So if you guys know, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So that's what Silver's doing right now. Yeah. So if she went to jail, I'd have to pay for her incarceration. I have to pay, I think it's up to $10,000 a month for the privilege of getting justice. Yeah. And guys, I don't make $10,000 a month. I would have to hit you guys up on Patreon or something to pay for all that. Basically, I put myself in a legal corner by marrying her that most people don't put up with, wouldn't have to deal with, because she was a foreign national. So I don't know if you guys know how that works, but you have to basically vouch for them. And man, yeah, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. All the mistakes. So anyway, enough of that. But the felonies she did, the ones that I had, evidence of, would have landed her some serious jail time. The problem is, and this is what my lawyer said, is there's no way to guarantee that she would be removed from the country. And that was the only way it worked out for me. So played it safe, and it cost me, $80,000 a year of my life. And I work a lot. I work 50, 60 hours a week, 50 minimum. So that's at that rate. So anyway, there you go. That's it. 3 years of hell. I had to pay for it. That's the legal system for you guys. So if you're ever thinking about getting married, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. What a deal. What a deal. I think 32 states are no-fault divorce. So there's 32 states where getting married would be completely, unabashedly insane on a male part. And I'm going to say male because typically the way, because of hypergamy, the way this works is you get a female, typically females marry up or sideways. They don't marry down, right? So if this is socioeconomic income kind of stuff, right? So if a woman comes from a well-to-do family, she might go out to the ghetto to, try things out because birth control's made that very possible. But she's not marrying that guy. Savvy? Most of the time. Unless she gets hooked on drugs. That could change things, but that's a totally different dynamic. So typically, the man's going to be the bread earner, even if both members of the household work. I know that's going to hurt somebody's feelings. I'm going to get some panties in a bunch here, but typically the losers in a no-fault divorce state are the husband. It's just the stats. It's how it works. It makes sense if you think about it. But if you live in a fantasy world where, men and women do the same jobs and earn the same amount, if you believe that, then sure, you might believe it's fair. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something that may be a little more interesting. There are a lot of conservative pundits in the, discussion sphere, the podcasts and such, that are setting a lot of men up for a lot of failure. And the reason I say that is they say marriage is an institution and it must be preserved. And it is your duty as a conservative man to marry and have children and carry on. Blah, 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 blah. But what they don't realize is because feminism has basically indoctrinated most women, we'll say most, it's not even close, and because of the tenets of feminism, I think that's a very dangerous position to put men, because I feel it's a contagion. There's a hive mind involved, a certain amount of groupthink involved, and let's just say you're going to set yourself up for failure telling men to get married in a no-fault divorce state, especially if they're the breadwinner. I know people, these are purely anecdotal, but they're nothing exceptional. I know people that their wife cheated on them over and over and over, and they ended up paying her alimony to bang the milkman. I mean, not literally the milkman. I think one of them was actually a factory worker, but it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. They're banging the milkman and getting paid for it, and handsomely, $1,800 a month. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot to you. It's an awful lot coming out of your pocket to pay somebody to cheat on you. And the reason for that is that once you reach year 7 or 8, I can't remember what year it is, the alimony starts. Even if she cheats, even if she leaves you, even if she has children with another man while you're married, you're still on the hook for that until you can prove. Now, some states don't even have a real mechanism to get you out of that. Anyway, let's get on these coins. Page 1. This is the 1794 Kronenthaler. You know what? We really spent too much time talking about stuff. We'll have to do a... Well, no, this won't take long. I'll pause it. Next up, we have a 1756, 1757. There's the obverse of the coin. This is a 10 Krausjar coin. It's 50% silver, and the overdate is right here. I'll zoom in for you so you can actually see it. See it? It's a 6 and a 7 at the same time. Pretty cool. And next up is this lovely 1770. Yes. 20 Krausjar with Maria Teresa on the front, on the obverse. Isn't that nice? That coin is 0.1252 ASW. And after that, we got another Kronenthaler. This one is from 1784. And the melt value on that is the same as the other one. And the turd, can you not, whatever you're doing right now? Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Here's a 1787 20 Krausjar. Same as last time. And I'll show you the reverse on that, which is pretty cool. And then the last coin on page 1, which is only a partial page, guys, is this lovely 100 shilling coin, which I'm going to look up the ASW. It's like 0.496 or something, but I'm going to look it up. ASW is 0.493. I was off by 3 thousandths. I apologize. But if you round it up, it's before 0.494. But we'll write the whole thing out. 0.493. So half an ounce silver. All right. And there we go. We have our totals. Cool kids, you got to do your own math. Since we're just starting out, I'm still accepting. Next page, though, is going to be the last for you to guess. You're trying to guess how many ounces are in this binder. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not lose hope in silver. Silver will be your friend. I'm telling you. Maybe not this foreign stuff, but definitely the stuff that's, bullion right now. I expect eventually for the markets to even out and we'll get back to normal. It's coming. Silver's starting to level out. Although I just last week it was over 80, so who knows? But it's seeming like we're getting higher lows and lower highs, and we're starting to level out. If that happens, expect to see things like 90% silver come back to normal. Expect to see, although I am buying proof Silver Eagles at regular Silver Eagle prices, but that's just around here locally. Certainly not something you can do online. That could just be ignorance on the part of the sellers or desperation because they think silver's going to drop. There's a whole lot of reasons that could be outside of that's the new norm. But I will tell you this, if you can get an ASE proof near meld or, even 10, 20 bucks over, buy it if you can. Not giving you investment advice, just telling you that the mintages on those are low and the demand is crazy high. I know that sounds crazy, but it is. It's genuinely, there are people who will buy those coins. There are people trying to complete date sets of those things. And never underestimate that. That's why 1932 S&D quarters, right? If you find one, you just hit a gold mine, really, compared to what you paid for it. Take care. Have an amazing day. I'd like you to like, share, and subscribe. Bye, bye, bye. Find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake.